Hey, what's up, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Rico, aka RockStarrFX here, back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be showing you guys a sure way to stay and remain profitable while trading binary options, as I know one of the biggest backlashes that we get from the gurus is that it makes no sense because the risk to reward is backwards and you can only make a percentage of what you actually put in. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down a few numbers for you guys and showing you how binary options trading can actually be a lot more profitable than most people give it credit for. And as always, if you guys enjoyed, man, make sure you give it a thumbs up if you found some value in what it is that we're going over. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe, man. We post videos just like this every single week to help you guys take your trading to a whole nother level. Let's get into it. As you guys know, when we do videos like this, I always like to use my trading view as like a whiteboard, or in this case a blackboard, to be able to go ahead and kind of draw a few things up for you guys. And I want y'all to understand that when it comes to trading, I mean, you guys know I'm very big on psychology. I'm a firm believer that when it comes to trading, man, the strategy is probably the smallest piece of the puzzle. And I think most people get on YouTube and just really don't understand that part. The strategy is the simple stuff. Everybody can get on here and have the best strategy in the world, and everyone can get on here and study and learn a specific strategy, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be profitable in it. That doesn't mean that you're going to make a lot of money in it. There are more things that go into it, and I think that's where most people just have a hard time with understanding and realizing. So I'm going to put up some numbers here for you guys, and I want y'all to follow along. If you have a pen, if you have a paper, you might want to take some notes on this, man, because this is stuff that, again, most people overlook, most people don't think about, but can definitely help you improve in your binary options trading. Now, to understand how I do the whole risk to reward thing when it comes to binary options trading, you kind of have to understand the importance of a trading plan. And in my trading plan, I have it in my plan that I do not take any trades that is less than a 70% payout. Now, I know a lot of the times when we get on the charts, it's very tempting. It could be hard because maybe there aren't many pairs that are trading more than 70%. Maybe they're trading 50, maybe they're trading 63, maybe they're trading 67, 68. For me, it does not matter. I am very strict on my trading plan, and if I don't see at least 70% on that pair, I don't care. It could be the best setup in the world. I'm not taking that trade. So that's the first thing that we're going to talk about today, is what percentage do you stay consistent with? Me personally, 70% and above, and the higher, the better. So let's just say, hypothetically, we're starting a $500 account. And on that $500 account, let's just say the goal is to do, I'll keep it really, really small, 3% per trade. That's it, just 3% per trade. So on a $500 account, the goal is to do 3% per trade. So if you're looking at these numbers, 3% of 500 is a $15 position. Now, I personally like to do about 3 to 4 trades a day at most. I don't go much beyond that point, and I know a lot of people are tempted in the binary option space to just take trade after trade after trade, but I'm a firm believer that it pays to wait, and you want to focus on quality positions over quantity positions. So if I can get just about 3 quality positions per day, I'm really good with just that, man. I look for the best possible setups. If I don't get them, I don't get them, but I want to do quality of at least 70% payout. Now, to make this easier for you guys to understand, I'm going to base this off of just taking 10 trades per week, all right? That's it, 10 trades per week. That's about, again, about maybe 2 to 3 trades a day, right? But 10 trades per week is what we're going to base this off of. So if we're doing a $500 account, we're doing 3% per trade, which is $15 each position, and we're doing 10 positions a week. Let's do the math on this, man, because this is where it gets interesting. 70% of $15 is going to be $10.50. So on each one of these trades, remember, we're putting in $15 to potentially win $10.50. Now, again, I know it's a backwards, upside down risk to reward. Okay, cool, right? You gotta understand, binary options trading is different. It's a reason why it's a whole different instrument, a whole different style of trading. Of course, there are gonna be things that you cannot compare to other styles of trading like leverage, Forex, or stock options, or whatever the case may be. It is just not the same. So yes, we're putting in $15 to potentially make $10.50, but I wanna show you where this actually starts to make sense. See, the cool thing about binary options is that there's only 2 options to choose from. It's either buy or sell. You either win or you lose. So right from the very beginning, you start off at a 50% chance of clearing that trade. It's like a coin toss, to be honest, right? Heads or tails, win or lose. There's no in-betweens. There's no, if you go X amount of pips up, you might make this much. If you go X amount of pips down, you might lose this much. From the very beginning, you know exactly how much you're putting into the trade, and you know exactly how much you're gonna lose if you lose the trade. It's a 50-50 opportunity. Now, this is very important to understand, because what that means is that you can come in with no experience whatsoever and have no idea what it is that you're doing and automatically start at a 50% chance of winning. Now, let me ask you guys, it's not the best analogy because I don't want to compare this to the lottery. But if there was a 50% chance that every time you played the Mega Millions, you would win, how often would you play the Mega Millions? Pretty often, right? You see, with other styles of trading, in my opinion, the reason why there's a big risk to reward, or you have to put things like a stop loss, is because there's a really big chance that you might lose that trade. You don't start off at 50-50 when you're trading MT4. Of course, how you calculate your risk to reward is going to be a little bit different, or in this case, a lot different. But again, everybody that trades binary options starts off at 50-50, and all you have to do is be consistent with a position size, and you can start to match those numbers. Now, where most people go wrong is that they're not consistent with a position size. Most people get greedy. Most people revenge trade, especially if you come in brand new and your psychology, your mindset is just not correct. It's not where it should be at. Then you're probably taking a bunch of positions, you're increasing your positions when you win, you're getting pissed off when you lose, you're revenge trading over and over, you're taking trades that you probably know that you shouldn't be taking, you're just not doing the thing right. Now, if you look at YouTube, the majority of YouTube binary options traders promote the best indicators in the world. And what's really cool about indicators, if you guys are not familiar, is that indicators are tools that you can add to your screen that'll give you an idea of what might happen next in the market based off of previous market data. It doesn't matter if it's lagging or not. If it works, it works. Now, in binaries, because we're in the markets for such a short period of time and we don't have to be mega amounts of pips in profit, it's literally, we can be points. We can be 1 point, 2 point, 3 points in profit, which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, 10 points equals 1 pip. We can be 1 point in profit and still clear that trade. So we don't need the biggest analysis in the world if you're trading on a 5-minute time frame, if you're trading on a 3-minute time frame, if you're trading on a 15-minute time frame. We don't have to know what's going on the 4-hour, the weekly, the daily, so on and so forth. So using something like an indicator can be very helpful in the binary option space. And this is why on YouTube, you see so many people use indicators to trade binary options. Now, if you don't believe what I'm saying here, I'm gonna give you guys a quick example. If you haven't already checked out my 3-step setup video, we did a full live stream breaking all of that down. I'll put a card right here on the screen so you guys can check it out. And I'll also link it down in the description so you can go ahead and watch that right after this video. But in the 3-step setup, I talk about one of my favorite indicators of all time, the stochastic oscillator. And when I'm using the stochastic to trade binaries, it tends to be a very accurate indicator no matter how you put it. So look at this. This is the same exact chart that we were just on. I just scrolled over to the left a little bit so we can look at a few actual examples. 4 examples on the screen back to back right now. All right, if we were basing this off of just a few simple confirmations based off of a stochastic and how I use it, as you guys know, if you've been following me for a while on this channel, on Instagram, or if you're a part of the team in our academy, then you know that I like to trade what's called the stochastic cross. And that is when the stochastics cross each other, the 2 momentum lines cross each other going in the direction that we're looking to trade. So if the markets are at the bottom and we're at an oversold level, then we want to see the stochastics crossing up. Well, look at this. Cross up, and what happens? The market goes up. On the opposite side, if the markets are at the top and we're at an overbought level, we want to see the stochastics crossing down. As you guys can see, cross down, and the markets drop. Cross up, the markets go up. Cross down, the markets go down. This happens over and over and over again. And my point is that if you already start at 50% chance of winning, and then you add something as little as an indicator to your screen and not much prior experience or anything like that, you can significantly increase your profitability just by doing that. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the end all be all. You still want to continue your learning and add to your arsenal. But my point is that just by adding 1 to 2 indicators to your screen, like a Bollinger Band and a stochastic oscillator, and then getting some confluence by those indicators, well, you kind of increase those odds from 50% to about 55 to 60% now. So again, your odds of winning the trade are significantly higher. So now that we understand that, let's get into some more numbers. You start at 50%, you add a few indicators to your screen, you increase probability without really even knowing what you're doing in the markets. You're playing Simon Says. When the markets are at the bottom, Bollinger Band, Simon says to buy. When the markets are at the top, Bollinger Band, Simon says to sell. You're simply playing Simon Says to someone that's brand new. You increase your profitability rate to about 60% now. And again, all you have to do is be consistent with one position size. So let's do this. 10 trades at a 60% win-loss ratio means that out of the 10, you've won 6 and you lost 4. Now, if we're doing the math on this, right, winning 6 trades with a $10.50 profit each will give us a grand total for $63 won for the week. But remember, we just lost 4 trades as well. So if you're doing the total $15 times 4, then that equates to $60. Now, I know it's not a lot, but you are still in profit for that week. And this is also very subjective to what your actual account balance is, because even though you might be $3 in profit at a $500 account, well, if you bump up to maybe $5,000, well, that $3 profit is going to be times 10 now. So hopefully that makes sense. But we're just going to keep it at 500 for now to keep it nice and simple for everybody here. Now, perspective, $3 isn't a lot, but if you're looking at a $3 profit, that is a 0.006% gain for that week, which equates to, if you're doing that on a monthly basis, a little over 2% growth a month. Times that by 12 months, and that's over 20% for the year. Now, I know this may be a drastic example, but how many of you guys here are getting 28% a year on your bank? You don't have to answer that. I know you're not. But back to what we're talking about here. The goal is not to get on the charts and just use an indicator and think that you are going to get rich. Indicators might be a starting step for a lot of brand new traders into the markets, but where you really start to make money is when you start to sit down and learn to understand the markets and how the markets move. You learn market structure, higher highs, lower lows. You learn support and resistance and how to trade the trends. See, if you can add an actual trading plan and a strategy to what it is that I'm teaching you guys right now, this is where all the money comes in at. Because the average person that comes in that has no idea what they're doing can make about 50 to 60% on their win-loss ratio. But once you take the time to understand the market and you increase your probability of winning, just like any other trader that trades in the Forex market, you're naturally going to be making more money. So let's say, for example, I got my indicators down and we already seen just using the Bollinger Bands and the stochastic seems to work pretty well when it comes to catching a few candlesticks in profit in binary options. Now, what if I got even better and I said, you know what? Let me add some market structure to it. Let me start looking for the higher highs and lower lows to be able to predict the overall direction of the market, to be able to tell if there's going to be any breakouts and where the next retest might be. See, if I start to get better at understanding the markets and trading, I can increase that probability significantly. So let's just say we increase to about 70% probability. Now remember, 70% might sound like a lot to you traders here, but if you're starting at 50, then adding an extra 2 wins to make 7 out of 10 really isn't that hard, especially if you know what it is that you're doing. So now let's put this into perspective. Now we increase. For every 10 trades that we take, we win 7, we lose 3. All we really did, man, was we increased our profitability by 2 more winning trades. We're now winning 2 more trades than we were before. So a 70% profitability will leave you at $71.40 on the winning side. And if you're taking 3 $15 losses, that is a $45 loss for the week. That puts you overall at $26.40 for that week. Now remember, I want to remind you guys that we are basing this off of a very small number, 3% per trade. That means if you're doing the math on that, $15 positions on a $500 account, you would have to lose about 30 trades in a row to blow this account. And I'm just keeping it real with you guys. If you lose 30 trades in a row, you need to go back to the drawing board. You shouldn't be on a live account anyway. That shouldn't even be a thing. I think if you have a percentage that you can probably lose about 10 trades and still not blow your account, or 15 trades still not blow your account, then that's a good percentage. But we're super low right now. We're doing 3% per trade, which is only $15 positions, and we're still walking away with profit. Now again, I know for a lot of you that isn't a lot of money, but if you want to do this thing long term, you have to think long term, especially if you don't have the money to put up. So $26.40 times 4 weeks is $105 for that month. That is a 21% growth for that month. So no matter how you look at it, you can sit here and say $105 is not enough to pay my bills, but we're talking about building consistency and remaining profitable. All you have to do is be 70% accurate in your trading. And not only are you profitable, but you're growing your account by 21% each and every month. Now let's talk about compounding for a second. Because in your first month, you grow that account 21% from $500 to about $605. But going into the next month, if you were to grow it another 21%, you grow from $605 to $732. You go 4 months down the road, and now that $500 account growing 21% a month compounding is at over $1,000. And by month number 6, you brought a $500 account to $1,500. Over a 300% growth in just 6 months, trading 3% positions on your total account size, doing only 10 trades a week, which is about 2 to 3 trades a day. What we have to understand is that the key to winning here is not in the strategy. The key to winning is within the plan. If you can sit down before you even get on the charts and worry about learning the best strategy in the world, and the best currency pair to trade, and the best times to trade, if you can really just sit down and say, hey, look, I'm going to set myself a financial roadmap, looking at the amount of positions I'm going to be taking and the percentage that I'm looking to make on a daily basis. If you could sit down and really develop that part, you could be very profitable in binary options. But notice how I was consistently taking 70% and above trades, consistently doing about 2 to 3 trades a day, consistently only looking to make 3% per trade on my total account balance. Consistency is what is key here. And where most people go wrong, as I said in the beginning, flip-flopping and changing your position size, changing your risk, changing that reward because you get excited or you get impatient and you're just not making money fast enough. Well, fast cash don't last. And as I always say, it pays to wait. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go ahead and check out my live stream where I break down the 3-step setup and the 3 primary indicators that I use for not just myself, but for beginner traders in the binary option space. And Hulk smash that like button and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. It's your boy Rico, aka RockStarrFX. I'm out. Peace.